Hi guys, it's Belle here and I'm coming on with the next tag in the Wheel of the Year tag swap that I am doing with Tiff over at Amethyst Raven. Links to her channel will be down below. Please do go check her out. And also the link to the video for our Imbolc tag will be linked down below too. So I haven't got too many plans of what I'm going to do today, so this could be a bit of a long video, but our tag today is for Ostara. If you can hear crying in the background, it is my cat Binks. She can see something and she's trying to get it. So let's get started. Our tags are always 3.5 by 6 inches. We're doing exactly the same sized tags. And Ostara, this is the spring equinox. It is Binksy, leave it. It is a time for spring. This is the official start of spring, so obviously this tag's got to be colourful, it's got to have flowers, it's got to have some of my favourite things. Hold on. And talking about spring, I have been in the garden today and I'm guessing something must have come in with me, and that is what Binks is crying at because she's trying to get it. So yes, it's the official start of spring. Now I want this tag to be, have a lot of different elements to it. So the first thing is I got out some of my yellow hand-dyed paper. And this is actually wider than 3.5-ish. I can rip and tear it. So before I glue that onto there, what I want to do is use some backing paper. And I have to bear in mind, actually, do you know what we're going to do first? We're going to do the rabbit first, or the hare, the bunny. So as I was going through my dies, which I'm so glad I did, I've decluttered them and I am getting rid of quite a few. I came across this. It's the Floral Hare by Gemini Crafter's Companion. Product code Gem MDELEFLHA, I'm guessing. I don't know where I got this from or why, and you can see it. Oh, I know why I bought it. I mean, I don't know when I purchased it. 5.8 inches tall by 3.1 inches wide. So it's perfect. And it comes in two. So you get your base die and then the beautiful floral hare. So I've already cut the base out of some of this kind of card. Excuse me. Okay, sorry, there's going to be a lot of, I feel like, noise in the background today because Binks really is, she's running all over the place and crying at whatever it is that she can see that I cannot. Anyway, this is the back of the card. I am wondering if I want to just give it a little bit of inking. Just a little bit of walnut stain, not too much. Would it be me without a bit of ink? So I'm going to put a magnet on the back of this because I want this to go on the front of my tag, but I also want it to be removable. So we shall see how that goes. Let me try and grab my magnets. Ever since being ill, it's really affected my hands and my nails. So that's not been a joy. And I deliberately made sure this was working today before I started. Oh, I tell you what, we've got craft gremlins today. So it's going to be one of those videos, guys, where we have craft gremlins. Days like that happen, and I would expect it around spring. So, you know, I'm not overtly worried. I'm going to put the magnet down there. Again, I'm doing this on the back of the bunny. So, obviously, at Easter time, we have the Easter bunny who brings chocolate eggs. But I'm sure many of you are like, well, where does that come from? So, one theory is that there was a Germanic, old pagan Germanic goddess, and you can pronounce her name two ways, either Istra or Ostara, seeing? And there are several stories to do with the bunny and the goddess. One of those stories is, well, a couple of them. One of them I don't like so much, but I'm going to tell you both of these versions. There are other versions. One of them is that there was a bird who was so vain that it just sat looking at its eggs, its beautiful eggs, and thinking about, oh my gosh, they're the most beautiful eggs in the whole world. I am like the best bird. Like, my eggs are the best. No one's eggs are better than mine, you know. So there is that. And that the goddess Istra, or Ostra, wanted to basically teach this bird a bit of a lesson about being more humble. And that she changed the bird into a hare that could still lay eggs. I don't like that version. So, I've cut this out of really light green textured card, and this is going to be a bunny. Oh my goodness. But what I want to do to this first is I've got some perfect pearls that I don't usually use, and I want to come in. Now, I did try originally to do some French knots on this, but the card is so flimsy and there's all these little bits that whilst, let me get it, whilst I managed to do some French knots, a lot of them, the card just ended up ripping. So I thought, let's do something else. So I've got this one. This is lemon yellow. I thought if we do this first, we can do the rest of the card, and then maybe this will be ready. Oh my goodness me. This will be ready or dry by the time we need to glue it to the actual piece. So I just want a little bit of dimension. So yeah, so that is one tail, that we get the hare that can still lay eggs because it was from a bird who was a little bit vain. But the story I like best, although again it brings some questions to mind, is that Ostara, or Istra, who is the goddess of spring, rebirth, and the dawn, that she came across a poor little bird whose wings were frozen and it couldn't fly. And taking pity on this bird, she turned it into... Do I want to bring in some pink? Yeah, we're going to bring in petal pink. That she took pity on this sweet little bird and turned it into a hare. But it was a hare that could still... do I like that, or am I going to do little dots? It was a hare that could still lay eggs. And so we get Ostara, or the bunny and the eggs. There is another story, which might be one of my favourites, but I'm not sure how reliable it is, that the spring goddess was holding a celebration and people were bringing all these things, all these gifts and all these beautifully made things, and that this little bunny, I'm going to leave this to dry, there was this little bunny who was super hungry and also had no gifts, and it was starting to feel a little bit sad because it was thinking, well, I've got nothing to give the goddess. And the bunny came across like some food. This is a digital from Release the Crafting. I'll leave it linked down below. And in doing so, when it came across the food, it ate, and then what remained left was an egg. And the little bunny thought, this might make the perfect gift for the goddess. So let me save it and maybe make it beautiful and then gift it to her. And so there's that version wherein the bunny then gives its egg, and hence again, bunnies, eggs, all that good stuff. So whichever version, basically Ostara is the celebration of the spring equinox. It is the official start of spring. It is the time when those seeds that we planted in Imbolc, especially if we actually physically planted seeds, we are starting to see them grow. We're starting to see them bud. We're seeing life come back to the earth again after very long winter coldness. Well, in this hemisphere. And the seeds that you planted at Imbolc that were more to do with changes you wanted to bring in your life, goals that you wanted to focus on. It is the time now the winter is fully over. We've had plenty of time to plan. That already you should be starting to see some small changes and movements towards the goals that you are thinking of. Those figurative seeds that you planted at Imbolc. This is a great time. Do you know what I need to do? What have I done? I'll have to re-glue that. This is a great time to really also think about things like spring cleaning. Now, I like to do my spring cleaning. I've put the magnets onto the back so they're already glued. Many of you see me do this technique before. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on these. And then I'm going to think about where I want this to be placed on my card. I'm going to press down the magnets. Oh no, this is now sticking. Quick, get those up. You can see the marks that those magnets have done. Make sure then when you pick them up that you use the side that's got the glue on it and turn that to touch. Otherwise, your magnets will repel each other rather than actually attach. Yes, so this is the time many people are spring cleaning. I like to spring clean from Imbolc, if I'm honest. We've had winter, it's dark, we're starting to plan, and after Yule and Christmas and taking down all the decorations, I kind of just want to make everything clean and get everything organized. So I tend to start my spring clean. However, this is the time of year where I will then start making sure everything gets washed in the house. You know, curtains, bedding, sofa, anything that can be taken and put in a machine gets washed, because this is the time of year that with the spring sun and a little teensy bit of spring heat, not too much, that it's time to start getting all that done in the house for me. Anyway, everyone celebrates differently, but I just carry on the spring clean and the declutter, and many of you will know that I've been poorly, so unfortunately my spring clean and declutter kind of didn't quite happen at Imbolc. I started it, but it certainly did not continue. So I will be continuing with that spring clean now that Ostara is here, and hoping to get it done, although probably not, because still don't have a lot of energy before Beltane gets here. Now you see the little bunny. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. Now I've put extra writing space in here. I am going to tear this because I like torn. So yes, so it's spring. It's the time of balance as well. It's when day and night, it's one of those periods in our calendar everyone's calendar where it is equal day and night. So we have the idea of balance being a thing, which is brilliant, because this is the time, as I said, you really need to start thinking about all your goals. Are they what they could be? And taking a look at the year ahead and thinking about balance and how that can show up in your life. Are you working too hard? After the winter, did you not take enough care of yourself in whatever way that looks to you? Are you not doing enough that you should be? You know, all about balance, all about looking at how you can carry that forward in the year ahead with your plan. I love that idea. This is also often the time of the year that I start doing yoga outside in the garden. Balance, yoga, you know. Normally I do it at home. I haven't been as good with my yoga practice. I really haven't. And it is one of the things I'm getting back to this year. I used to be brilliant at doing it once a day, every day. And as I said, spring's the time of year, the Ostara, when I will normally then go outside and start doing yoga outside in the mornings. Oh, there's nothing better than starting with sun salutation when it's actually sunny and you're surrounded by the buds on the trees, because my plum tree is in bud, my pear tree is in bud, my rosemaries have gone crazy, the forsythia is a beautiful riot of yellow. In fact, I'll put a picture here of the forsythia because it's just so beautiful. It cheers me up. That's why I planted it, because it tends to flower earlier than most of the other things in my garden. So you get this beautiful burst of yellow sort of late February into Ostara. And yeah, I love that. Now, obviously, we also have some room on the back here. I just need to trim this down. And I am wondering what I want to do with it, because we are also going to bring in some stitching. I have a few other sheets from the Release the Crafting kits. I particularly love this one with the crocuses and flowers, and I'm thinking about backing it and using it as a space for tag. And then maybe the back of this can be yellow again. We're bringing in a lot of this yellow, guys. Or I could try and use another piece. Sorry, I've got some papers off to the side. I've got the beautiful hair there. I don't really want to cut the hair off. Like, that just seems wrong. I could just put this on the back. But then we've got loads of writing space inside. Bum-ba-dum! No, we're going to put the yellow again. Yes, so I love doing yoga outside. I'm not saying it's not chilly. Because believe me, it can still be a bit chilly. And I like to also just do other work outside too. And yeah, it's just, that's part of how I celebrate. When my kids were little, my favourite thing was that they would make like little wands from sticks and leaves and things like that they'd found in the garden or on woodland walks that we'd gone on. And then we would tie little bells or things to it often. And they would, or they had little musical instruments, you know, little things you can shake and that. And they would just run around the garden saying, wake up, wake up, wake up. And they would be calling to the earth and its creatures and its plants and its, like, the spirits of the land to wake up. And I loved that. That was fun. Obviously, they're much older. They haven't done that for years and years and years now, which makes me sad. I still sort of go out there, not running around with a, like, little bell. Ha-ha, little bell. Me. Ha-ha. Sorry, if you don't know, I'm very short. And, yeah, still kind of connect to all that energy that's going on. out there and just really enjoy the earth waking up. I love it. And yeah, so they used to do that. And the tree that I would add lights to during Imbolc and ribbons would now get eggs hanging from it. Not eggs that the kids could play with, obviously. We still did eggs that they could play with. But that like find and eat and all that kind of stuff. I need some more. I want to back this. But I'll back this on some card because I want to cut it out. But they would just hang on my tree, because that tree is like my festival tree. So I would decorate it up for each one in different ways. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. We used to do that. Obviously, always got to do a woodland walk. I do it if possible, if I'm feeling well enough and up to it. And even if I'm not, once I am well enough, I do it. I will always do a seasonal walk, because I just like to go to my regular woodlands and see what the earth is doing at that time. So yeah, and obviously in my garden. Oh, I have so many daisies at the moment. I love daisies. Who loves making daisy crowns? Come on, hands up. We always did it as children, but if you have not done it as an adult, I really advise you to go and make yourself a daisy chain, wear it and just enjoy yourself. Like, I highly recommend it. It's so much fun and always makes me smile when I do it. Not that I do it as often as I wish I would, but still, that's okay. And so yeah, it's spring, it's balance, it's flowers, it's rebirth, it's renewal, it's growth, it's all these wonderful things. It's joy and smiles and happiness and the earth just waking up and yawning and stretching and putting on its finery, and I love it. I have to admit that when I was much younger, I used to look at spring and think, oh, I don't understand why everyone's getting so excited. My favourite seasons were always autumn and winter. But as an adult, and especially once I had my own garden and was growing my own vegetables, fruits, flowers, all of that good stuff. Oh, come on. Then spring suddenly became so much more meaningful to me. And yeah, I just get so much joy from it now. So I like to have a nice feast. I like it to be, well, I like doing that for all of the festivals. Food is super important. And I like to eat lots of new foods that are coming out, be that asparagus if it's in season. I like to eat seasonally wherever possible. So whatever's in season at that time, I try and make a lovely meal from that. I am loving this. Now I need to do the tag top because it's not a tag yet. And yeah, I just thoroughly, we have a nice meal normally and just enjoy the brighter days. Trying to cut that without cutting. Well, this is fun, isn't it? Let's move that with my finger. So yeah, balance, which, you know, I'm going to have to cut it anyway. Maybe if you haven't done yoga or Pilates or something like that, maybe this is a really good time to think about doing something like that so that you are getting balance in your body. I am not someone who believes in things like dieting and all that sort of stuff. That's not something I believe in. But I do believe in trying to keep yourself as healthy as you possibly can, depending on whatever your physical limitations are. And just, I'm going to use some burlap because I just love it. And yoga and Pilates and things like that, or Tai Chi. I love Tai Chi. Now, I swear, Tai Chi's one of the best things I ever did. I did it for a couple of years. And I have issues, always have had since childhood, with my knees. And Tai Chi, basically, oh, it did so much good for my knees. Right, what I'm going to do, whilst I'm talking a lot, I'm going to go stitch all around here and stitch this to the top. I'm also going to stitch all around here. So I'm going to use some green thread. I'm going to go do that and then come back. Okay, guys, so I have stitched all the way around that in green. I love it. And as I was saying, like yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi, it's not for everyone, and it may not be possible depending, as I said, on your own health limitations. Although there is yoga that you can do in a chair, and there are like adapted things that you can do whilst lying down. But even if it's just getting out, going for a walk or whatever it is, just doing a little bit of physical activity that you enjoy, and keeps you balanced mentally and physically. And also, this is also the time of year, if you are a gardener, oh, look at that. I don't think this is dry yet. If you are a gardener, it's the time to maybe plant some more of those plants, or finalize your garden plans. And that can mean anything, guys. You don't have to have a garden. That can be anything from your patio where you've got some garden pots to a windowsill where you've got one little box of herbs. Like, whatever it is, there are ways that you can work with the idea of the garden and things. I am trying to find all sorts of bits and bobs. I've got a whole box over here, and I'm just looking at bits and bobs that I want to add. Obviously, we can't finish things with our bunny just yet. But I do have, now these, again, are from the Ostara kit from Release the Crafting. And I already had these made up. And I was wondering if they would fit in some of the pockets, because I just think it would be fun to add them so that Tiff can use them. I really want to add the envelope, but the envelope's too wide. I may just gift her that anyway. So yes, we've got these things. I think I want to put something on them. That's not going to fit in. I was wondering if it would clip in. It's not even going to clip in. It will stick out. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. I've got a little one as well. This is a Release the Crafting 2. So let's have a look. I have this little card. And these little cute little bunny stickers. Oh, they're adorable. I do have these, so I could make it smaller journaling card. We shall see. I have these words, I have these words, and I do need to put the word Ostara on here. Welcome the spring. I mean, how adorable is that? I'm sorry, it's just cute. And we have this. What could I put on there? Could I cut this in half and put a little image of the hare on there? Let's do that. So yeah, I just, or I just thought, I have this sticker book. I do have a link below to this sticker book where I do a full flip through, and I haven't been using a lot of them, so I'm thinking we could use one in here. Love these, love them. We've got the little hare with the moon there. That's cute. I do love this. I love the moon and the sun, and it's equal. So I do kind of love that. I think I'm going to put that on there, because that talks about the balance of the festival. So that can definitely go in the bag. I feel like I need to do something else to it, but I don't really know what right now. That can go in the back. Will it fit? So yeah, this is really one of my favorite times of year now. And what do I want to put in here? Do I want to put rituals, herbs? I have, these are all release the crafting things as well. Spells. I like rituals. And yeah, I just love this time of year. Obviously, colours. It's pastel types of colours. It's light blues and yellows and pinks. It's the colours you're seeing, greens, light green. It's the colours you're seeing in nature. Another thing I used to do every festival, so this isn't just exclusive to Ostara, but I would make a wreath and hang that on my front door. I haven't done that in a while, only because do I like that one there? I do. I have wreaths now that always hang on my door. So like I change them out with every season and festival. So I don't need to make more, but I used to do that. So that's a really fun thing to do. And just grab some things from nature, as long as, like, I'm a big proponent of just take what you need, and if possible try and take what's already been gifted, i.e. is on the floor. Don't just go pull up a load of wildflowers. You know, nature's struggling as it is, and too much greenland and like woodland and all that kind of thing has been taken and turned into, well, whatever, housing or whatever else. So always be conscious of what you are taking. That's how I feel anyway. So yes, so there is that. Thinking, do I want crystals on here? Do do do. Divination, incense, rituals, herbs. Maybe this crystal's is smaller. This crystal's is quite big. I don't know if it'll fit. Let's see. There's lots of different crystals as well, but my focus is always, when it comes to any festival, is the food, the nature, and the crafting. That's just, I mean, I have crystals, I use crystals and all that kind of thing, but my main thing is the food. I will say again, herbs, flowers, all that good stuff. That's my jam. So she can write, she could write on the back of here the crystals that she might use for Ostara and things like this. Do I want it down here maybe? Put it off to the side. I kind of like it off to the side. So yes, great time of year. Love it. And as always, I will say this probably in every video, so you'll have to excuse me. I'll apologise, but not really. These festivals, one of the things I love about them, there's 8 obviously in the Wheel of the Year, is that this is the best time to really stop and this is fabric stickers. These are really old. I've had them forever. They are by Paper Bazaar, HOTP0412. I love these, but I just love like putting maybe spring flowers on here. Let's see what that looks like. I'm going to have to use it as I've taken it off. Oh, love it. Oh, it fills me with so much joy. I cannot tell you. Right, so this is from one of the Llewellyn books. And yes, it does change every year. So in the southern hemisphere it's about September 20th to 23rd, and in the northern it's March 20th to 23. So yeah, whenever that is, I still to this day get my Kiddywinkles their eggs for Ostara. I do this. It's at these times a year that I really miss. Let's get some different colour. That I really miss them being little. Maybe let's use picked raspberry, because I just miss all the little things we would do. And you know, I can still cook a meal for me and my partner, but I used to love just cooking. And the funny thing is, for the family I'm on about, the funny thing is, if you ask my kids now, they've forgotten quite a lot of what we did, but they rarely forget the food. They're like, it was this that you used to make every Lammas, or this that you used to make every Yule, or I still do. Yule's one of the big things that the kids still, especially my youngest, likes to come home for. But I'll talk more about Yule at Yule. And yeah, I miss that. I miss getting excited and baking, and yeah, obviously I can still do that for me, but there's just something when you've got a table just full for your family and your kids, and they're excited, and you know, counting down the days till Ostara when they'll get their eggs. When they were younger, because of, you know, society and the school they were at, we would also kind of do something on Easter, not necessarily us at home, but they would do things with the school and stuff. So they were kind of lucky because they get double eggs. It's how they feel about Yule, that they get kind of double presents. But yeah, once they were old enough and out of primary school, it was Ostara, and that does mean that I get my eggs really early. Now, there are all sorts of ideas of how Easter and Ostara are kind of linked. Easter is one of the few celebrations in the Christian calendar that actually changes its date, and the date is actually linked to the full moon after the spring equinox. So there is that link there between the two kind of celebrations. And there is, I don't know, the idea that Easter comes from, again, the goddess name Ostara. Now, I'm not going to say any of that because I don't know. So, and I don't want people in the comments going, oh, you're so wrong, and how do you, like, everyone believe whatever gives you joy and gives you peace and purpose. Don't want to get into a religious argument in the comments. Just not interested in that. But I'm just saying, some people believe there is that link to it. It's a bit like the whole Samhain, which is Halloween, and All Saints Day kind of thing. But that, I think, was more deliberate, whereas the whole... obviously, Easter is about rebirth of Christ and all that as well, because spring is all about rebirth. Now, I want to also colour these in. So I may do that, but I may do it off camera. I'm trying to look for a pen because I want to colour these in, but I don't want to make too much mess with it. Now I'm wondering if paint would work best. So let me see. Okay, so I did that off camera because it took forever and I had to be really close to it. But I ended up using my Whispers Strokes pens. And this is, I don't know, is it called Sugar Life? What are they all called? They're all different things. No, they're all Sugar Life. So I don't even know what colours this is because it doesn't really say. But anyway, I've had these years. And I just did some blue on there. So now I want to use some words behind here. And I want to use words that I really think of when I'm thinking of spring. So I just have these in my stash, but I want to think of, let's have a look. Maybe shine brightly. Let's celebrate. Well, we have to have let's celebrate, don't we? I mean, where's that gone? Let's do them all with pink around the edge. Let's celebrate, because we should. I think I was saying, but I might have got distracted, that one of the things I love about each of these believe in daydreams or explore. Believe in daydreams, yeah, because you might have had your dream at Imbolc, but it's time to start really putting it into practice. But yeah, I love the fact that each of these 8 celebrations is a time to stop and be mindful and take in everything around us, how nature's looking, what we're doing, how our life is going, how our goals are planning out, like all of that good stuff. It's a brilliant time. This is definitely a time for creating. Each of these 8 are a time for mindfulness, to just take stock of our life, what's around us, see possibility everywhere. Well, it's got to be that, isn't it? And that's what I do. And I think in our modern world, we just don't do that as much. We just don't stop and be mindful, whether that be for a day, or I like to do things in the lead up to, and then for a few days afterwards too. Like, it's not just the one day, it's the season. And our ancestors used to live so much more in harmony with the seasons, which is why they started thinking all sorts of things. And we just don't do that as much anymore. I'm leaving this blank because I want her to be able to write on the back of there. But I do think, do I want a little daisy or something? I don't really have. Do I have a little flower or another little, like, a crystal would be good. And I know I've got some crystals here. Maybe a little amethyst crystal. That would make sense, wouldn't it? But yeah, our ancestors would live more in harmony. I do love this. With nature and everything around us. And we just don't stop as much. And in today's modern world, so many of us are struggling. And a lot of it has to do with the demands on us and around us, and especially with like technology and things. It's hard. It's really hard. So I like to just take time and think about the season, the earth, what's happening, what's around me, and how my plans are moving forward. And as a bullet journaler and just journaler in general, I do obviously journal some of that stuff too. We've got to have a cute bunny on the inside of here. We just got to. So there's all this writing space, but what I also wanted to add, I love hares and bunnies. I just, honestly, they're one of my favourite things. Creatures. I just love them. I always have. Where my grandmother used to live, as we would drive to her house, because there was a lot of land around the house and the area, as you would drive up to her house, there were all these bunnies that used to just cross the road, all these teensy-tantsy bunnies. And I just loved that as a child, sort of watching them. So they've always been something that I have loved. I wanted to add this. It's from an old almanac. This is actually from 2022. But as I love to cook, and as I love food and baking and growing and all that good stuff, I thought I would add this into her. I'm going to actually rip that into her tag, because I thought it might be of interest to her. And she can, well, the back's got no real information that's any fun on it, but she could do something. And this is all about the kitchen at this time of year in March. In season, this is the UK. Wild greens, we've got burdock, dandelion and burdock, guys, chickweed, comfrey, dandelion, hawthorn, tansy, watercress, watercress, wild garlic, edible flowers, cowslips, violets, gorse, trees, birch sap and cherry blossom, and in my garden, pear. Rabbit game, let's not think about that. Move on quick. Seashore, we've got oysters, scallops, salmon, seaweeds are all in season, with pepper dulse and sea lettuce and sugar kelp, rhubarb, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, chicory, kale. I know we think of Brussels sprouts as being more of a winter thing, but they're also in season here. Rosemary, which I can definitely say because my rosemary is fully in bloom at the moment. And then, yeah, used milk, Jersey potatoes, things like that. I wanted to add this in here too, so that she could look at that as well. It might be of interest to her. I don't know. And what I want to do is I kind of want to tuck it in here, like so. Maybe we can move this over a little bit more. And I want to add, I've got a little paper clip, so I'm going to add a little paper clip into there. Then there's loads of writing space. And before I go, we've got some charms to add. This one's got a little moon on it. How adorable. Just a little paper clip in there is going to hold that into place for her. So I hope you enjoy that, Tiff. I don't know, but yeah. So I'm going to grab my charms and we're going to add them to the tab. Okay, so I grabbed some charms. I'm wondering about yellow. I love yellow at this time of year. But I really feel like green is good. I do have light blues. Let's do green. And I'm just going to attach these as is. So the first thing I want is I've got, oh my gosh, got this little bunny with an egg. I'm also wondering, I've got some of these wooden eggs, which are quite fun, but I don't know if they'll go. They've got little holes, but whether or not they do. Oh my goodness, that's a game changer. And I also want, I've got a little goddess charm as well, because that only seems right, doesn't it? Do we want pink? Let's bring in some of the pink because we've got a little bit of pink on there. Love it! And obviously, Tiff can either keep this on the tag or she can take it off and use them in her projects. And I also, I don't like it up there. That irritates me. It's too high. I feel like I need it more over this side because these are here. So let's just kind of do it like at an angle or something. Also, I very, very, very quickly put together some little dried flowers in the colours we're using. I was going to have it dangling off here as well. It would almost look like the hair is like hiding. If the flowers were dangling, it would look like the hair's hiding behind bushes and flowers, wouldn't it? But what I thought I might do is just put it in here, and then Tiff can actually use it in a future project. So this is my Ostara tag for Tiff over at Amethyst Raven. We've got lovely charms. This little bunny comes off, it can be written on. We've got some things that I associate with Ostara, and because these are to be used in our journals and things, this tag then opens up with plenty of space, some extra little bits, and then right here at the back again there's writing space and lots of little tags and fluffy things and fun things for Tiff. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Obviously keep watching, because now you're going to see me open Tiff's tag to me, which is very exciting. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying this series. Again, I know not everyone celebrates Ostara. I just hope that even if you don't celebrate Ostara, that maybe this helps you think about spring and some things you might want to do, and might make you just take 10 minutes or something to go for a little walk and really look at the world around you. And even if you don't do that, I hope you just enjoyed what I was chatting about. But anyway, this is my tag that now has to go all the way to Tiff. And yeah, keep watching, because you're about to see me open Tiffany's tag to me. You should have just seen me make my Ostara tag for Tiff just before this, and now I get to open Tiff's tag to me. I've already cut the envelope because obviously it has my address on it and I don't want to show you guys that. So here we go. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's got a wax seal. Oh, I like that one, Tiff. I haven't got the tree one. Oh, that's so pretty. And I love the colours of it. Oh, it's got all the beautiful colours of Ostara. So, I don't know what to do, because I kind of want to keep the twine, because we're crafters, aren't we? But if I cut this, I might be able to keep the rest of it. I'm very excited. You can hear as I'm opening this, I'm still not 100%. So I hope you can still hear the excitement in my voice. But I apologise that it's a bit gravelly at the moment. Okay, so I'm just getting myself ready to open this. It's like a present. Which, at the moment, with everything, I really need some excitement. Some excitement, something joyous. So, oh, look at that napkin. Oh my goodness. I already have a project that is unfinished that I'm hoping to start working on soon. And this napkin will work brilliantly in it. I can already see something fun. Oh my gosh, it's a little O for Ostara. Ah, okay, here we go. This napkin is beautiful. So, okay, let me just read, because she's written a little thing. We've got all sorts of Ostara stuff on here. The collage, sense of balance. So she's hand drawn the tulip and hand stitched the stitching. The O dangle was a random O keyring I had, and it was almost like it was waiting to be part of this. Hope you enjoyed the little surprise in the envelope. Ooh, you don't have to use them at your house if it doesn't work for you. Okay, love it, Tiff. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is the front of the tag. So much to look for. Got a lovely pocket. It says Ostara and New Beginnings, which is all about, oh my gosh, did you hand draw this, Tiff? I really need to hand draw more. I can't draw, but you're encouraging me to want to draw. And you've done some, that looks like blanket stitch. Oh, I love the fact that you're branching out and trying new things, Tiff. I really do. I love all the colours on here. I love there's some Edith Holden. The little tag in the background, all the words. Look at that little bunny. Spring cleaning. Oh, when I tell you that I cannot wait to start really deep spring cleaning. I was starting before falling ill. but obviously everything's had to be put on hold, and I just need to, like, my home is going, it's time. I love that little bunny. So here we have lovely fabric, a little bit of fabric, we all know that. Love the O and what you've done with it. You've done all these little, I don't know if they're stickers or it's just collage over it, which I think's perfect. We have a sun, a pentacle, and a moon. Some of my favorite things. Oh, I just love it. It's so cute. Okay, let's have a look. So we have a garden blessing for Ostara, which is fun and all about March. I'm sure these are all from Llewellyn's. I had quite a big collection of Llewellyn books years and years and years and years and years ago. Oh my goodness me. I mean, we've got a bee and we've got daffodils. I love daffodils. We have a clock, springtime. Have a little bat. I mean, I wonder if you're going to add a bat to everything. I am not saying I don't love that, because we know I love bats. So I wonder, because this is the second tag and my second bat. I absolutely love this image of the hare. This looks like it's from a Llewellyn book too, but I could be wrong. And this is Edith Holden, and let me have a look. Cornflower seeds. Oh, I love cornflowers. I love the blue. I just think there's certain colours in nature that just pop. You see lots of whites and you see lots of yellows, but then when you see things like cornflowers or crocus or even the different shades of roses, I just love it. So I will definitely plant those. Yeah, some seeds for my garden, and I love the little envelope. I do love the little envelope. So yes, that's fun. Oh, it's just so pretty. I love how you add these too. Like, I haven't been using the books and things because I feel like you probably have your own spells or things, and maybe that's something I need to think about doing more of. So yeah. Oh, I love it. I really love it. Thank you so much. This has cheered me up no end. Not only because it's lovely, I love the fact you added the seeds. It's got the hairs all over it, which you will know by now is one of my all-time favourite creatures. I love them. So that's exciting. I love the colours. It says spring. We have the little O on there. Little donkey O. Oh, yeah. I just love it. Thank you so much, Tiff. This is our second swap, and I am so glad that we decided to do this. It's bringing me something joyful to look forward to every festival. And yeah, I just really enjoy it. So thank you so much. I love it. Again, love this napkin. Little bunny. Love your stitching. And you're encouraging me to want to try and draw some basic things. You draw a beautiful snowdrop. Now you've done a tulip. So that's all very exciting. But yes, that's it for now. I hope you like Tiff's tag. Please go over and check out her channel. And don't forget to watch her video on her making this tag and her opening. Sorry, a coughing fit came on again. And her opening my tag to her. Yes. So I really hope you enjoyed this swap again. Don't forget, we'll be doing our next one soon. We'll be doing our next one for Beltane. which is May. So don't forget to check that out as well, guys. Hope you are enjoying this swap that we are doing this year. And even if you don't celebrate any of these things, don't forget you can get plenty of inspiration from what we are both creating. It is easy to turn a tag like this into a different theme. So as I always say, inspiration can be found everywhere, even if it's not a style you usually work with. That is the great thing about creativity. So guys, thank you so much again, Tiff, for a wonderful swap and a lovely tag. And I will certainly plant the cornflowers and let you know how they get on. And thank you all for watching. Please do like, subscribe, comment and share. I really do appreciate it. And wherever you are in the world and whatever you celebrate, I hope you're having lots and lots of bright, beautiful, creative fun. Bye for now, guys.